Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Ridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host of the most, the Bridge 258, here to do the preview for Chelsea versus Tottenham at the new White Hart Lane. Here we go. So let's get started on this, and there's a lot of things I want to say on this one in this terms of the preview in particular. So let's get into it first. So the first thing I want to talk about, obviously, is Tottenham. Now, one thing I want to say about Tottenham first, they've clearly been doing quite well, top of the table right now, been winning the majority of their games. I think they've only got I don't think they've lost any games, if I'm not mistaken, currently. Just giving a quick look here. Again, no, they've not lost any games. Currently top of the table, with 2 points ahead of Arsenal and Manchester City. And yeah, man, obviously their last game was against Crystal Palace, which they won 2-1. Ward own goal, and then the second one was a goal by, I think, Son, if I'm not mistaken. And then obviously Ayew scored 2-1 in the 93rd or 92nd minute, if I'm not mistaken. It is what it is, but that's what's going on so far. Now, in terms of like the actual squad itself, obviously they've been playing Vicario, obviously Van der Ven and Romero as the two centre backs, Udogie and Pedro Porro, obviously Pape Matar and the other midfielder, Bissouma, of course. Obviously, they've been playing Son and what's his name, Kulusevski up front, Maddison, and then obviously Richarlison, who's their striker. Now, from what I'm hearing, if I'm not mistaken, I think Udogie might not be fit enough for this game, and Ben Davies maybe, I'm not sure. From what I was hearing from like my Tottenham friends, but I think probably one of them will sure be able to be fit enough to play in that fullback position at the end of the day. So we'll see what happens there. But in terms of their gameplay, the way they play, we know what they play from the back. You know, Maddison's able to really play in all phases of play. In my opinion, he's a great buy. You know, this is someone again I advocated for at Chelsea. Obviously, you got Cole Palmer, who's been doing really well for us as well. So you know, it is what it is. But obviously with Maddison, you know, he's a bit more. You can see more Premier League, even got the experience there. 25, 26. So it is what it is. But again with him, he's really one of the major heartbeats of that team, alongside I would say Bissouma and Matar in that midfield area, where the two of them obviously do that defensive duty, but also, you know, going forward, helping to build up the play, create the play as well, with those three in particular. Obviously their fullbacks do a great job, Udogie in particular, with his runs similarly with Pedro Porro as well. Van der Ven has got that pace to, you know, really come back there. One of the fastest centre backs in the league, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So you know, he's able to come back there and, you know, defend really well in the centre back situation, which is what allows him to play that high line style of play, which we know that Ange likes to play. You know, Ange's got them cooking. You know, he's been doing that pass out for the back. The plans of play, the styles of play. He's got Son back into scoring form. And obviously with Richarlison, he's got one or two, but you know, obviously with him, it's still a waiting time. Kulusevski's been looking quite good, obviously when I watched him against Crystal Palace, wasn't as great, but in general, he's been playing very well in my opinion as well. Maddison's really been the heartbeat of the team again, as I said before, helping to build up play in the first place, then in the second phase with that movement, and the third phase with those passes that he's able to produce. So he's been cooking there too, getting a bunch of assists there as well. Now, in terms of Chelsea, and I think in terms of a midfield situation, you really want to, you know, be targeting Maddison, in my opinion. If you want to, because he's obviously one of their main creators, want to target him, and then obviously you want to make sure that the fullbacks you have, whether it be Cucurella, whether it be Cucurella, and whether it be Gusto, whether it will be obviously Reece James, whoever you want to start there. I don't think Reece James, in my opinion, is still fit enough yet, so it'll probably be Gusto, hopefully, and not Axel Disasi. Please, no Axel Disasi. But if it's Gusto, which I think it most likely will be, you want to make sure that the fullback is recognising the fact that, you know, yes, maybe Son might be on the wing, yes, Kulusevski might be on the wing, but you need to be watching out for Porro and Udogie with those interlinking 1-2 plays, where they can overlap the winger, and then that pass like this inside through that. So you need to be careful of those as well. So that's something that we have to be clear about, and hopefully as Pochettino is looking at that and understanding and making a game plan for that as well, in my opinion. So obviously there's that aspect of it as well. Obviously, in terms of striking, Son for me is the real danger man going forward, and you need to be careful of him because he's been the one in form. Richarlison has not been that great in terms of scoring form, but obviously he can still maybe try, with that movement, take players away. So we need to be careful of how he plays in terms of movement there too. Obviously, they got guys that can do like late crashing, Matasar, Basuma. You could do the nice little 1-2s in the box to try to get a goal in there too. So we just need to be a bit more aware, on our toes, etc. You know the drill when it comes down to it, in my opinion. Now, in regards to us, from what we know from the injury stuff, Mudryk now is back in full-time training. Hopefully he'll be fit enough to play against, Tottenham, which is the aim of the game, I would assume at the end of the day anyway, whether we like it or not, because we need Mudryk, in my opinion, in this one. Enzo obviously wasn't able to play last week in the Premier League because of the fact that he was on essentially somewhat paternity leave because of the birth of his child. So now he's going to be fully back and be able to play. So we've obviously got him there as well. Now, again, I've said this before. I think for me, Gallagher may be actually the guy you want to be putting on Maddison a bit more. Someone that's got the engine to move around, run around with him, do a bit more slighter like man marking, particularly on someone like a Maddison. That's where you want to use Gallagher a lot more efficiently and effectively, in my opinion. There. In regards to that. Now, in regards to Caicedo and Enzo, this is where you need to be. I want Caicedo to be able to. I think Caicedo can obviously battle against the likes of Matesar and Basuma. I think Enzo here is gonna have a field day. This is where the passing range that we've been seeing from him can come into effect. If our wingers are on the ball, making sure to make those right runs on the side, of course, and then bang, you're already through into the back line, and you're 1v1 Vicario. That's what you want to be aiming to do as well. We've got that ability. We've also got the ability to play from the back. We've got that stuff to do. Hopefully, we can see the style of play here work a bit more. But obviously, when it comes to Pochettino, when it comes down to it, whenever you're playing, a low block team, he can't handle it. But this time, we're not facing a low block. We're facing someone that's got a highlight. So this is a perfect opportunity now for his style of play to be seen in action. So we'll see, man. Obviously, we saw against Arsenal how we were able to do it, how we were able to control the game, and I feel like with Tottenham, we'll be very competitive at the end of the day, but I think we should be able to do that as well. So again, that's just the school of thought that I have on that one still. But hey ho, we move. Now, in regards to what I believe the actual team should be, this is what I believe it should be. In goal, obviously, he's going to probably have to still be Sanchez, no doubt about that. My fullbacks are going to be Cucurella and Gusto, in my opinion. I still don't think Reece James is fully fit enough to start. The two centre-backs, though, I would say Badiashile and Axel Disasi for me would be the two centre-back partnership that I want. Badiashile looks like he's fit enough and able enough to play a good 60 to 65 minutes. And if you feel like he's getting tired and you need to put someone else on, you can always switch him on for Levi Cole. But I think Badiashile, man, his performance, particularly against Blackburn, looks like he was fresh, match sharp, and everything like that. So I'm happy for him to start alongside his teammate Disasi in the centre-back role. Now, in regards to the same old three in midfield probably, and Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher in the three, and then your front three should be simply, nice and easily, Mudryk, Palmer, Sterling. That's what I want to see it happening. I just don't think Jackson doesn't seem like he's got that belief in himself, that attribute in himself. I'm afraid. So as such, I thought we should go with that previous one, which works for us quite well, and that's what we can do. And again in this game, but in particular, it's a good game for Mudryk because think about it. This is going to be highline play. He's fast. He's one of those ones where you could really see him take advantage of what's going on in this game so far. So listen, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can produce for us right then and there. So hey ho, we move. But yeah, in terms of prediction, guys, I actually think Chelsea can win this game. I think probably 2-1. In my opinion, I'll say 2-1 Chelsea. I think like with this game, we are good enough to beat their press and their high line, and I think we're going to be able to do a bit more damage than similarly to the Arsenal game than a lot of people expect. Again, from what we've seen from Pochettino, when we play highline football, we are able to beat these teams with quite a lot of ease, and his style of play and his ability is able to work quite well. So it seems that against these type of teams we can cook. So let's see if that happens, and I believe that will probably happen. So again, for me, I said 2-1 Chelsea. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. 8 p.m. The last time we had at 8 p.m. I think, if you're not mistaken, you won 2-0 against Fulham. So hey ho, man. You never know, man. We might be able to do that again. Rinse and repeat that. Rewind, selector. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you will be getting the live stream for that one at 7 p.m. where we're going to be watching it together. on YouTube. You're going to be seeing it with me, my live reactions to the game. And listen, at the end of the day, I want us to do well. I think we can do well. This is a competition which we are able to do well in general anyway. So I'm looking forward to it at the end of the day. Hey ho, we move. But that is the video, guys, and the preview for the game, as always. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. As always, I've been your host of the most, the British 258. Dedicate your hearts, and as always, make sure to stay blue.